Can you trust Flossy Carter? Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. This is your first time here. Thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, then namaste. All that stuff. Welcome back to another episode of Can You Trust? This time, our victim is the one, the only, Flossy Carter. I first came across Flossy Carter probably 4 or 5 years ago. Ever since I got into this YouTube thing and got into smartphones, I'm always looking for some info on the new phones that are coming out. And when I found his channel, I was a little taken aback at first. There's just this one camera angle and all you can see is the product on a table. The audio quality in earlier videos was not that great. And I thought, oh crap, this is just going to be another low production, low quality thing where the presenter can barely mumble through the spec sheet. But I was mistaken. This guy was a force behind the camera. Strong, deep voice, fast-talking New Yorker with an attitude and a vocabulary that told me immediately I was not gonna get some kind of half-assed review. I was gonna get something smart with some edge to it. And ever since then, Flossy has not disappointed. Let's talk about what some of the good stuff is on the Flossy Carter channel and how he does his work. He's got amazingly thorough videos. He just goes through every aspect of everything that he looks at, and then he goes through all his opinions. He goes through the good and the bad, and really, you don't leave a Flossy Carter video without knowing exactly where he stands. There's also some clever language, puns, double entendre, but he's got a very natural delivery. He's irreverent about what he's talking about. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and he doesn't make any effort to really be slick and polished the way a lot of other bigger YouTubers do these days. But he's still really skilled at showing himself and the products in a way that has its own quality, its own distinctiveness. He's got all these sayings like raisivity and rah. Those come across in all his videos, and White Shoes has really become like his co-presenter somehow. His shooting style is the classic kind of top-down, over-the-shoulder, focused on the product kind of thing. He himself is never on camera outside of his hands with the products. No B-roll that breaks up the shot. It's just him and White Shoes showing the product. His completeness is what makes Flossy Carter stand out from other YouTubers. His real reviews run anywhere from 30 minutes to over an hour, and his unboxings are routinely 20 to 30 minutes. He does live streams from time to time, and they run up to and over 5 hours on a routine basis. He tells you almost immediately what he likes about a device, and then he'll go immediately to what's wrong. Anything from the price to the build to the features. You don't get 3 minutes into the video before you know exactly where he stands, and his delivery makes it so there's no confusion. He tells it, as they say, like it is. And then he really digs deep and calls out the manufacturer where needed, and really calls out the manufacturer. For example, he had a few good things to say in his Pixel 2 XL review, but after about a minute of saying nice things, he launched into the negatives. He immediately went to the price and how a phone with limited features compared to the competition should not be competing in the same price category. His critique was raw. It was easy to tell he has no agenda other than to let his audience know what he really thinks about the product. He's not out to curry favor with brands to be in the middle of the road so he can gain as many subs. He just lets himself be himself. He lets his opinions go. Of all the reviewers I've featured in this series so far, he is the most real and the least compromised, as far as I can tell. In a YouTube climate where bigger YouTubers are working more closely with brands and making really great looking videos with less and less substance all the time for a crap ton of money, Flossy Carter is kind of a throwback to the old days of YouTube when production value was secondary to turning on a camera, sharing the stuff you had to share, telling people what you thought about a product, from your own personal standpoint with no agendas. Again, don't let the simple setup fool you. I mean, there's a lot going on in a Flossy Carter video. He carries the video with that one camera angle and just his voice and his charisma and his ideas. Some areas I might critique would be that I'd love to see more of him on the camera along with the products, but he's got his thing and he does it and he does it well and it's working for him. It's hard to argue for change. His videos are typically long and something to break up the visuals might help maintain viewers' attention, but again, that seems to go against what he really sets out to do. Focus on the product and give you as much in terms of specs, usage, and his own personal opinions as he can. Honestly, it feels at this point kind of silly to ask the question, can you trust Flossy Carter? He is the first YouTuber I feature that I can say yes, absolutely, without really any qualifications whatsoever. His style may not be your cup of tea with, his sometimes like off-color double entendres, but there are a few YouTubers who bring it straight the way that he does, and he's not trying to be something he's not. He's comfortable and easy on the camera, and that makes viewers at ease because it just feels like he's talking to you. Flossy Carter, honestly, I don't mean to gush here, but he is the real deal. If you watch the other videos in this series, you'll see me having equal amounts of praise and criticism, or maybe a little bit more of the latter in some cases. But in this case, I have to say that I admire what Flossy Carter has built for himself on YouTube. I take inspiration from his candidness, and he likely influenced me a ton when I was starting out doing reviews myself. He's probably the most honest YouTuber out there as far as I can tell. If you're not already watching Flossy Carter and you love smartphones and other tech, just go there now. What do you think? Is Flossy Carter trustworthy? I can't imagine anybody saying anything other. But let me know your impressions of what he does and how he does it. I'd be really interested to hear down in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys being here. Again, if this was your first time, then maybe consider like, subscribe, all those things. And if you're back again, well, I have to say I appreciate you very much. And thank you for coming back. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.